JB!
Derek, how are you doing?
I'm fine, good to see you, good to
You
see
too.
you. And where are we today?
Well, today, Derek, we are indeed in Guangdong, China.
Guangdong, China. We're not in Guangdong, China. Where are we?
We're actually here in front of the Butte House, which is the official residence of the First Minister in Edinburgh.
It is the official residence of the First Minister of Scotland here in Edinburgh. And Butte House is a 4-storey building designed by Robert Adam. And the First Minister, JB, actually has the second and third floor to herself. And the first floor is used for official engagements. And it was transferred across to the National Trust for Scotland in 1966 by the Marquis of Butte.
Well, you're full of facts.
I am full of facts, haven't I? Fantastic. Anyway, enough of this. Shall we talk investment?
Let's talk investment.
Great.
Welcome to another DB Meets JB. My name's Derek Borthwick. I'm a Mind of Communication Specialist, and I combine the latest findings from neuroscience to help companies and individuals with their pitching, presenting, public speaking, sales skills and strategies. And I'm delighted to be joined, as ever, by industry legend, and I guess my other half by now, JB Beckett. How are you?
Derek, how are you doing? What a surprise. I thought I was just coming here for a coffee.
So did I. So did I. Well, anyway, today, JB, I'd like to talk about an area that it's a particular expertise of yours, and I know you're very vocal in this particular area. ESG is rising in popularity, and I guess I'd like you just to talk a bit more about this because it could be quite confusing. We think we've had green funds, we've had ethical funds, we've had SRI, we've had SDG. What exactly do you mean by ESG investing?
We'll talk about the acronyms in a little bit, and it's a massive problem for investors and indeed for fund managers. Simply put, ESG, environmental, social, governance.
Okay.
And in that, we can therefore convey that something about the environment and sustainability, social, something about fairness, equality, workers' rights, human conditions, and social, and governance. Holding companies to task, making sure that they deliver good outcomes for their customers, for their shareholders, and of course for society.
Yeah, okay, no, that all seems very, very admirable and to be encouraged. And there are different types of screen methods, aren't there, JB, for looking at putting stocks in the particular funds. We've got positive, we've got negative, and we've also got investor stewardship. Could you talk a bit about those and the different approaches when putting these particular stocks into an offering?
Right, and again, very, very confusing because there are so many different flavors and variations. If we start with ethical investing and what we refer to as SRI, social responsible investing, more or less the same thing. And that's basically investing according to a set of values or according to a faith. That's been around by far the longest because, unsurprisingly, religions and religious sects have invested and needed to invest. And many of today's ethical funds are, for example, founded on either a combination of Quaker or Episcopalian values, for example. Yeah. So we can recognize that they tend to not invest in what we might deem sin stocks, tobacco, gambling, armaments, that kind of thing. You then have a broader part of the industry, which we might deem to be under that environmental social governance banner. That's more about investing in the whole of the market, but trying to improve it along those aims. You then have an acronym. I have many in my pocket.
I bet you do.
And I am not to blame for coming up with them all, but they're there and we have to deal with them. The other one is what we call SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. And they were actually pulled together by the United Nations. Yeah. Originally, they were referred to as the Millennial Goals. They decided they found a few extra ones. They put them on there, rebranded it as the Sustainable Development Goals. That's all about making positive change through investing. Yeah. So you can recognize that it's about building schools, ensuring housing, combating poverty, positive infrastructure projects, clean water, on and on and on. There's 17 in total. So again, it's quite a complex area. And so when we're exchanging these different terminologies, it's easy to get confused. But simply put, if we think about ethical and SRI as about investing and probably divesting based on faith and aims, ESG about really investing in everything, but trying to improve, whether it's areas such as the environment, climate change, carbon exposure, or trying to improve corporate governance in the companies through better equality on board representation or better diversity. And then sustainable development goals, which is demonstrable and positive change through investing in projects that improve our society, improve the economy, make a more sustainable world. And that's probably the easiest way to sort of differentiate those three camps. You can then put another term over the top of them, which we might just say is responsible investing. What does it mean today to be a responsible investor, a responsible asset owner, and a responsible fund manager?
Okay. That was a neat trick the way you put the lights on, by the way, without touching.
I've got those sort of Jedi powers.